sorry ass DJ.
Get some.
It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detecting Show. We are back. Good evening, Adrian.
Good evening, dear. This will be more fun than the football, which isn't hard.
Garbage. Garbage. And on the day, as well, that Donald Sutherland has died. God rest his soul.
Oh, no, really?
Yes, this afternoon.
What, today?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, my son Tom loves Kelly's Heroes.
Which is a film. Was he Sergeant Oddball in Animal House? Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, dear.
He had a good innings, 88.
Oh, dear. I made a note of that. Keith O'Sullivan. Good evening, everyone. Thank you,
good evening,
everyone in the chat saying hi, Dave and Adrian.
Hi, everybody.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully, you've all 10 pints.
In fact, I'm going to do some shout outs. Hello, Nick West. Hello, Stephen Brain. Charlie Dreamer, Ian Greenall, Andrew T from Canada, Gareth Howard, Philip
Andrew T's driving,
Dominic Tomczyk, Mercy and Metal Detecting.
Oh, he won a Garrett Vortex.
No way.
Yeah.
Suffolk Searcher, Derek Sherwin. Happy birthday for In the Week, Derek. The lovely Wendy Howard, the lovely Mia. Simon Hadlow, Paul's Tongue, Ange, hello Ange, and Paul M. Andrews and James Barnes.
And Carl Ellis. Lovely Carl Ellis, who brings us cake and wine.
Do apologise. He's there. Hold on. Oh, and Carl Monks. Hold on.
Gareth Howard.
Naughty step. Hey. James is on the naughty step. We need
absolutely.
Oh, Adrian, we need a brief 3-second James is on the naughty step advert.
And for why? And I'll come up with why he's on the naughty step. Because when we're detecting, he does a lot of naughty things. He's a vagabond.
Oh, that's somebody I've not seen before. Bianca GTZ. Is that a car, Adrian? Because that sounds like a car to me.
Mitsubishi GTZ. Oh, it's interesting.
David Moore, Mark Anderson.
Hi, Victor Seekers.
JCB Factories on telly. What's that then, Simon? What have I done?
Gareth Sims.
I've done a lot this week, but we won't talk about that. Gareth Sims and Jason Levitt.
Firstly, Wendy's in the chat from Dead and Vale Detectorists. A big thank you to her and her club for inviting me and the treasure hunting team on Sunday to their dig. Fantastic. We were on a turf farm. So, obviously, where you grow turf.
It had just been deturfed then?
No, the turf had come off, but it was lovely and a really nice bunch of people.
I take it had just been deturfed.
Deturfed, yeah. And it was a lovely bunch of people, a few people I hadn't seen for a long time, and it was well organised. They've got a defibrillator, very well run. And I found some bits. I took out the Xterra Elite, which we're going to talk about in a minute, with a pre-recorded video we did with Crawford's. Found a hammer.
Can I put in? Philip Wells, did your friend perchance go to Bournemouth last week? Because I was giving them away, oddly. Sorry, Simon Hadlow. I know that episode. Go on, Adrian.
So I had a lovely time with Wendy and Tony. Do you remember Tony?
Kaywood.
Swiss Tony.
Swiss Tony, cool as jazz. Well, him on the show.
With all the gold status and hammers.
You should have done a little interview with him, Adrian.
I was going to, but Tony was very busy, and it did absolutely pour with rain. Then it was sun, then it poured with rain, then it was sun. But went with Julian Evan Hart. We had a lovely time. So thank you very much, Wendy, and Dead and Vale Detectorists. Lovely club, really nice. I'm sorry.
Wendy was messaging me at night, and he was speaking very highly of the day. He said he didn't do any metal detecting because he was actually walking around talking to people all day.
No, I get. A few people come up to me and said, "What machine's that?" I think they thought it was a Chinese one. I had the Xterra Elite, which I've been impressed with. Early days. I thought it's like the Xterra Elite, but it's not. It looks like it, but it's.
Sorry, you've got the Elite Pro.
Sorry, it's like the Xterra Pro, but I've got the Elite, which is like a
right.
It's like a Manticore to the Nox,
Right.
But not a Manticore and not a Nox, but not far off a Nox. But it was punching deep. Yeah, good machine. We'll talk about that though.
Yeah, certainly. We've got a couple of parish notices. Firstly, for those of you who are interested and don't remember, I'm just going to the page so I can show you. We had Gary Smith on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he obviously, nice chap, gave away a detector on the show, which one of you lovely people won. There's also a competition which the money entirely 100% is going to charity, the charity being the Rodney Cook Memorial. The competition is still running. £2 a go, as many tickets as you want. And the winner, not only, as you can see there, wins 2 pair of weekend tickets, but they will also win that entire camping setup, tents, sleeping bags, tent itself, blah, blah, blah. And then there's some Rodney Cook merchandise as well. And this fantastic, made by Graham himself, it's a jerry can from Composite Cleaning Pencil. And when you open it up, it's got the entire, all the products from the Composite Cleaning Pencil. So there you go, all that information at the bottom. First prize being the tent, 2 sleeping bags, 2 sleeping mats, 2 pillows, a jet boil flask stove, and 2 steel chairs. Worth it for just one of them, anything, isn't it? And obviously the weekend tickets. Second place, the Rodney Cook Memorial metal detecting pair of weekend tickets, including camping, plus a £50 voucher, which can be redeemed at the event for food and drink, plus a donation by Stephen Orker, the man with the hat, of a silver Roman brooch made with a turquoise cabochon stone, handmade. Third place is, as we just spoke about, that fantastic product there. It's only £2 a go. And the draw is soon. Live draw 21st of June. So it's actually the live draw tomorrow night. Get over there. If you're not able to, if you want to make a donation to the Rodney Cook Memorial, but obviously you're not going, you can't go, or you can make a donation just by buying raffle tickets here. Can't you, Adrian?
Just buy one.
The money is just going straight to the Rodney Cook Memorial. That's sorted. There you go. There's your money gone to the charity, because it's 100% of it's going to the charity. And obviously you do therefore have the opportunity to win one of these fantastic prizes. Or if you can't get tickets and you're desperate to go to Rodney Cook, again, one of your best options now to actually get one. So lockdowncompetitions.co.uk. So that's the first bit of parish news. The second bit of parish news is in 2 weeks' time, we'll be having James Roberts from Ministry Detect and Oliver Gowers from Dig Our Wear back on the show. Now, I know they only came on a couple of weeks ago, but I'm very excited to speak to them, and Adrian's very excited to speak to them. And they've asked us, can they launch their new event, which will be taking place for the first time next year. So they'll be coming on the show to discuss and launch their new event and tell you about tickets and prices and what have you. And obviously doing so. So the new event is, I've got a message off somebody. Let me just delete that. Digathon. So this is up. The first event will be held up in North Yorkshire. Lots going on. Oh, look, James has shared the Arc MD mag to it. Thank you, James. Let's just have a look. So what's coming your way? Over 1,000 acres of undetected land, live evening entertainment, night market with local artisans, trade stalls and suppliers on site, mega charity rally, and much more. And it's the 22nd till the 25th of August. Pocklington, East Riding in Yorkshire. So obviously if you want to find out more or you want any updates, Digathon. Go to the Digathon page on Facebook, and you can find all information. Thereafter, pop along in the show in 2 weeks, and James and he's back again. He's back. Put him on a timeout.
Why does he comment? Why does he comment?
He's playing with us. He's playing with us. Anyway, if you're interested in Digathon in Yorkshire in next August, jump on the show in 2 weeks' time, and obviously they'll be able to update you with all the information you need. I think it's 600-700 plus tickets will be available. Ooh. So it's a proper weekender. Obviously, all your stalls, hopefully, that you would see the likes Detectable and such like will be there, but they obviously want to make it a little bit more appealing to families and make it a family event with the likes of the markets and such like. But there's lots in the planning. They spoke to me this week, and there's lots going to be planned for the event in Yorkshire next year. Now, Adrian, we're doing things a little bit differently. Tonight, we are joined by Paul C., who is a Detexpert from Crawford's, representing Minelab as well, and Scott Ballard, both obviously from Crawford's. I say it's a little bit different. They weren't able to put in a time slot to be joining us live, so we actually done a pre-recording one day last week in the afternoon. Was it Friday?
Yes,
it was.
Because I was late.
You were late, and I had to wake up for it. I was tender. I was tired. I think I had what's it called? COVID thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So let me just try and find this file. Where is it? There it is.
We will play the video. Steve Random's comment. We'll play the video, which lasts about 20-25 minutes, and then after that, we'll.
It's talk actually about 40 minutes. It's about 40 minutes, Adrian.
Oh, we fast forward it. Or we could
we can't fast forward it.
We'll talk about the Garrett Vortex, which is interesting, which was launched this week.
So we're going to introduce the video. It'll run as normal. Obviously, they can't answer any questions. Adrian and I are going to keep. Well, I'm actually got a video call, Adrian, because we need to discuss a few things. As you can see in the background, if you want to go to Crawford's, there's the QR code. As I say, a little bit different tonight. Me and Adrian are still going to be here. We're going to be obviously posting comments and that. And if anybody asks anything and we do get the opportunity to speak over ourselves during the interview, we will indeed be able to speak to you as well. So we will see you live as this in about 40 minutes or so. Please stay with us because obviously we do have the new Garrett Vortex to discuss thereafter. And
another metal detector.
Adrian's got another metal detector to talk about. And we will also be telling you who will be joining us on next week's show, which I think, as an actual show in full, is their first time. Have I not told you?
I don't know who it is.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Is it Mackenzie Crook?
No.
Adrian Small tonight, if we can fit it in as well.
We've got Adrian which we should be able to as well. So, without further ado, this is our tonight's guests from Crawford's. It's not Thursday. It's not 8 o'clock, but it is the Big Detecting Show. Bit of a special there tonight. We've got a pre-record because of time constraints with Crawford's discussing all things Minelab with the release of the recent Xterra Pro and also updates to the machines and such like, and my own experience with the Manticore. So without further ado, we'll get into it, shall we, Adrian?
Yes, certainly do. Nice and sunny.
Isn't it? You can tell it's not a Thursday night.
Yeah.
See you in a moment.
See you in a bit.
So we're joined tonight by Paul C. and Scott Ballard from Crawford's. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Are you both well?
Very well, apart from the weather.
Do you know what? I've been in Bournemouth for the past few days, and it's been scorcho, and Adrian's got it scorcho in London now.
I'm not in London.
Up north, it's been crap. I went to the Foo Fighters last night, and it lashed it down.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's do it now.
So, well,
Foo Fighters good. Well, Foo Fighters good.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Sent me a video.
Sent Adrian a video.
I was like, what? I didn't know you were going. But we're not here to talk about Foo Fighters.
No, we're not. We're not. We're just having a preamble. So obviously we're pre-recording this show because we know how busy you are, time constraints and such like. So we're doing a bit of a pre-record. So let's get into it. Obviously, you're both representing Crawford's, and Crawford's being the distributor in the UK for Minelab.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought they'd go into a discussion about it then.
Tell you more. Tell you more.
I'm the doer, he's the talker.
Yeah, all right, then I'll tell you all about it.
So you're marketing and what, Scott?
I'm marketing and communication. So I work with Crawford's in their social media, all communications, and also I'm like basically a Minelab liaison. So I'm kind of Minelab's right-hand man in the UK for things like events. I work with Detexperts quite often, and that's why I know this guy here so well. And yeah, so I like to think I'm an ear on the ground for them in the UK, and obviously we know how they're, because we distribute for them at Crawford's. They're a big brand, and yeah, that's how we work together. The partnerships we've been working. Can't even remember how many years Craig's been selling Minelab, and he's been.
Oh no! Oh, I was going to say get the
yeah, and we've been distributors since 2014 or 17, before my time. But yeah, so there's a good relationship between Crawford and Minelab.
And yourself, Paul, what's your position within the?
So, because I'm the good-looking one, he's behind the scenes. I'm the face.
Yeah.
So I'm the one that out and about to do all the face of everything. So yeah, usually you'll see us both out together. I'll do the techie bits, he does the talky bits.
I see Paul, because I didn't know about metal detecting before I started working at Crawford's about 3 years ago. And Paul is I call him my detecting dad. Because he's taught me the very minute things that I know about detecting. And tried to correct those seriously.
That's where the power button is.
Yeah. No, it's correct my bad form.
It's nice that you detect, though, Craig, because people working.
Craig. It's not Craig, is it?
Craig, sorry.
Craig's the boss. I mean, if we're going to swap names, we've got to swap P45 P60s as well.
It's nice though, because you actually do detect, and you have got a machine or two, and it's nice when people who actually work in the sales and the marketing actually know the hobby. They know how mental we are and know about the machines. Quite often that's not the case. It's just down to pictures and numbers. So how are you finding it as a hobby, and why did you choose? Because am I right, you had a Vanquish to start with?
Yeah. Well, I didn't choose it because of detecting. I just chose it as a job. That's the honest truth. And then I enjoyed it. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know. This is the truth as well. I'd not seen The Detectorist, and I watched that in preparation for getting the job. And I was like, I couldn't believe how accurate and how great that show was to the actual, and what a great service it did. I felt to the hobby. And then I felt like it actually helped me get the job. I know that sounds stupid, and you guys might not agree with that. But
is that brown on your nose?
yeah. No. I liked it, and then I went out with Paul. Part of the thing that I did first was I realised that I was a beginner, and then I did a series with Paul where it was an absolute beginner's guide to metal detecting, and Paul trained me, which is why I'm so terrible now. No, but it was really good because I got to see what our users feel and experience when they're brand new to it. It's frustrating. I actually watched one of the old videos a few days ago, and swinging the coil, I just didn't have a clue. I didn't know anything. I was wearing a shirt on the first day out. I didn't have a shovel. Didn't have any headphones. Like, I didn't have a pinpointer for about 3 months. All these things that I would not dream of doing now. I made all the mistakes that a new user would make, and I think that helps me when I'm marketing them. And then, luckily, obviously, I get to hear about the newest tech, and I get to work with people that are way, way better than me. Working with top brands and working with people like Paul that can dedicate. I mean, how many hours a week do you detect?
Too many.
A lot. I don't know hours wise, but I don't know, like
4 or 5 days a week. Yeah, like
six. What's that? Six. This is why I don't do marketing, because I can't add up. 20 hours a week.
Yeah,
maybe only in 4, 5, 6 hour stints. But
you get to learn a lot about detecting anyway, being in this environment, and it's great. And seeing the passion from people. Obviously, I get to write about people's interest in finds. I literally, it's my job to look at detector specs all day and to write about them and to make content about them. So I love it. It's a cool, very cool hobby in many ways, because you've got the technology, you've got the history, you've got the mental health, you've got the exercise. It's very unique.
And fundraising.
Yeah,
fundraising. Absolutely. I don't know many hobbies that raise, like you go to any event, and whether it's sort of 20 people in a field on a Sunday in the rain who raise 100 quid, right up to Rodney Cook when it's like, over 1 million they've raised now. So all good stuff. But you also came into the hobby at a good time, especially on the Minelab, because we had the Manticore, we've had the Xterra Pro from Minelab, and now only up until last week the Xterra Elite, which goes blurred for a reason, which I quite like a lot at the moment. Been out of it probably about, I don't know, 20 hours. Did you want to tell us a bit about that? Because obviously,
I saw your picture on Instagram with that. You took a magazine out, so you weren't doing a lot of detecting.
Well, I was going to the toilet then. That's why I had the magazine. I went in the field, dug a hole. But yeah, it's. I took it out first day. I got it from yourselves, Crawford's. I took it out, and the first thing, this sounds really weird, I love, is the retro Safari colours. So the Minelab Safari used to have those colours, and I had a Safari, and I just love the colour of it. And then you get down to the extras that are on here compared to the Pro, which we'll get into. And it's a very good value machine, and of course it's very long.
Badger likes it as well, by the sound.
Yeah, the dog wants to go. It loves the V8X coil. But yeah, Paul, were you testing this pre-release?
Yeah. It's I found it compared to the Xterra Pro. Now with it having the multi IQ, you can get a lot better depth on the beach, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm not just saying that; it's absolutely brilliant. I've had it with the 900 and the Manticore. Yeah, it's not getting the Manticore depth, but I'm pulling coins out at a foot deep. So
I think one of the other things I absolutely love, and I loved it with the Vanquish, and it's such a shame the Manticore hasn't got it, is the shaft. That is what you want. Yeah. And it doesn't spin like it does on the Manticore, because it's got a nice little grommet in there, and it's solid as hell. But a lot of people, who've got, I don't know, a Vanquish, were historically looking at going to a Nox. So Minelab have gone and thrown this in the mix, which is a tricky one, I must admit. But going back to the ergonomics of the machine, for me, that's more important. I like a nice shaft.
If you're looking at something like that, you've got to really get somewhere where you can actually look and compare them both. So you can see the differences, touch them, and have a play with them.
Yeah, I think you say something good there as well, Adrian. If you go back to the history of where Vanquish came out, it was to make powerful detecting easy. Like if you look at something like the 340, it's so easy to use. There's 4 buttons on that machine, Yeah, there's not a lot you can change on it, but that's the point. It's simple. You can't do anything wrong. It's just got multi-IQ at a low price point. And for me, the Elite is there for people that want to step into the Equinox range of ability, but maybe haven't got that price, can't make that price point, or maybe don't want the complexity of it, but want slightly more than Vanquish. Because the good thing about the Elite is it's quite simple discrimination. Anybody that's coming from Vanquish that will be used to either 7, 12, or 25 discrimination segments on depending which Vanquish you've got, you're suddenly moving into the Elite, which has got 30. It's not going into the Equinox territory where you've got a lot more discrimination segments and it gets a bit daunting. I mean, that versatility is good. And some users will be like, no, I want a 900 or I want a Manticore and I want complete flexibility. But some users, we find, they're just like, I want the best detecting experience possible, but I want it as easy for me as possible. And that's where the Elite come in. It's trying to be a really user-friendly, easy experience. And that's where it's going to mop up, I think.
I did notice as well the multi-frequency range is the same as the Manticore and Equinox, whereas the Vanquish is, I think it's 5 hertz to something, 143. This is 2.5. So it's slightly different bit of computing going on there, and it's probably got a faster processor as well as the Vanquish. But I'll be interested the kind of people who buy it, because it's a beginner's machine, but at the same time a mid-end machine. So yeah.
It does fine stuff. It's again like the Xterra Pro. It's nearly too good for the money. It is a really good detector.
On that, the one of the key benefits for me is it comes with wireless headphones. Do you want to just run through the packs, because there's two packs you can get, isn't there, on the Elite?
Yeah, so the Elite comes as just a standalone machine, which is 459, I believe. Just like the Xterra Pro did, just comes by itself, and you could just use wired headphones, or you could buy some waterproof, or you could go with one of Minelab's wireless headsets. So the ML85s or the ML105s will work with it. It's the new generation, if you like, not the ML80s. So the ML85s or ML105s, or you could get what's called the Expedition Pack, which has got the ML85 headphones with it, and also the VX8 or V8X coil. So you get the 12 inches standard, which is slightly bigger than most Minelab detectors come with 11. So it's slightly bigger coil as standard. Then you get the small one with it. That is 589, I believe. I think it saves you about £100 if you were to buy those two accessories separately. It's something like that, around about £100. So it's kind of a bit like how we had a Vanquish 540 and a Vanquish 540 Pro pack. They try to add value and give some extra bits for investing a bit more in the brand and if you want headphones. The good thing is we had a lot of this. Some people would come back with questions when the Xterra Pro came out. They were like, why doesn't it come with headphones? And they were trying to keep the price point down there. And we found that a lot of people, as the Xterra Pro came out after the Equinox series and the Manticore, people were buying the Xterra Pro just because when it came out, it was 300 quid. And some people had a Manticore, they got a 7 and they got a 900 or whatever. They're just like, I want to buy that because it's 300 quid and I want to have fun with it. And they didn't need to buy the headphones because they've already got ML85s or ML105s anyway. So that's one good thing. So we've got a blog on our website which is comparing the Elite and the Elite Expedition Pack. And you might not need the Expedition Pack if you've got one of those other detectors already. You're buying it as a second machine. So just make sure you're not paying for the headphones, basically, if you've already got something that works. Yeah, that's just my bit of advice.
The only thing it doesn't say on the box, which I noticed, is under accessories, there's no WMO9, but it does say WMO9. But
very good point.
It's not stated on the box.
Yeah,
an optional accessory.
Just those that don't know, the WMO9 is like an upgrade to the WMO8. So that's your wireless module that you can use, and you can plug in your wired headphones and use anything and be remote if you like.
In regard to coils, currently the machine comes with 2 coils. What about swapping, interchanging them with other machines in the Minelab range?
Equinox coils, yes, but you can't go with a Vanquish coil.
Yeah. weirdly, even though they look like the Vanquish coils, they're very, very similar in their design. It's compatible with any Equinox coil. So if you've got an Equinox already, and if you've got Equinox Coiltech coils as well, you can put them on your machine. So there's a massive coil range for this machine already, because we've historically got a 6, 11, 15, 10 by 5, 14 by 9, 18 inch. There's freaking loads you can do with it. And in fact, you took the Pro out with the 18-inch Coiltech when that came out and on the beach, and yeah, you're swinging that bad boy around.
What about the Manticore coil? Will that fit on it?
No, that's multi-IQ plus. That's
different technology.
I'll try that later. I'll get a soldering iron out, see if I can get
it. Should be fine. A bit of blue tack.
Plus your Vanquish coil connectors are different anyway.
Yeah, that's all right. A bit of soldering, I'll fix it.
Do it on the night.
But the going back to the Manticore cracking machine, I personally, it's been my go-to machine for the last 2 or 3 months after I wrote a field test on it, and actually now going on this. And the thing I loved about the Vanquish, which sadly the Xterra Elite hasn't got, but what you expect for the price point, is the navigation, and it is so intuitive. Even Dave has been able to use it. This is a man who's struggled, but with the Manticore, Dave, you've been smashing it, haven't you?
Well, I'll tell you what. Obviously, I've been through the Minelab range. I first started on the Xterra 705, led up to the Vanquish, to the Nox 800, which I thoroughly loved, and it was only because I decided to upgrade to the Manticore that saw me sort of testing myself a little bit. Now, obviously, between ourselves, we've spoke about and we've been doing some videos for you to do some. We're doing some videos, Adrian, which are discussing the differences between being a Nox user and a Manticore user, which will be out coming out from Crawford's in the near future. And honestly, I am blown away, because everybody's saying, "Oh, the Manticore, it's this, it's that, it's the beast, dead hard to use." I found it simple. I've used it in exactly the same way that I've used the 800. And the things that I've been finding, and this is what surprised me. I've never found so many things that are so small in my life. It's just finding the pinpricks. It's phenomenal, and the imaging system on the thing as well. It's
you love that.
It adds a new level for it, because I'm trying to use it to dictate whether I dig it or not, and by using it that way, it has found things that probably I wouldn't have dug up before. So, yeah, phenomenal bit of kit.
Some people do get confused with the 2D ID screen, because I think everything's got to fall bang on the centre line. But you find certain ground conditions, it can pull it right down to the bottom.
Or up. Yeah, or up.
Yeah, they're looking at the screen. Yeah, it's a good target, but they're thinking, well, it's not on the line. I'm not going to dig it. So some people are getting slightly confused, but you can guide them and show them. And
yeah, I think the tones are the key thing on the. I try not to look at the screen too much on it, because you're right, Paul. You can get distracted, and I won't dig that. But yeah, I mean, it does get phenomenal depth. It really, really does.
I do like to have a play sometimes, with them ones. What people say, "Oh, I wouldn't dig that right down in the bottom, in the lower ferrous limit." So I think, well, I'll have a look and dig it. Yeah, it could be a coin on edge. I've been surprised, I found stuff in black that's embedded in black sand, and I've had little padlocks and lots of pocket knives that have, because they're in the black sand, and it's totally changed the signal, but you're still getting the tiny squeak on the tones.
Well, I found a Tilby penny the other month, and that was down not that deep, about 4 or 5 inches with the Manticore, and it hardly came up on the 2D display, but the tone, it was just crisp, and that was laying like that.
Yeah,
right.
I dug down, and that's like, pulled that out, and oh my god, I couldn't believe it. My mate had another machine, I won't say the brand, but it wasn't Minelab, and that just wasn't picking it up. It was a bit cheaper, but yeah, so I don't always go with the 2D screen.
Yeah.
it's nice to have.
It's another tool to help you.
I think this is what is good. When the Manticore came out, I'd only been detecting for just over a year and a half probably, and I'd been on Vanquish. As Dave said earlier, that's what Paul trained me on, and it's fairly simple machine, fairly inexperienced. And then to get onto the Manticore, I found the 2D really useful because I don't have that auditory experience that you guys have got. And I think it's what's great about it that you've got the choice. There's a lot of customization in that machine, and you could rely on audio, you could do it on numbers, or you could do it on the 2D screen. And for newbies like me, this is why that question that you said earlier about I can't remember if it's you that said it, Dave, or you, Adrian, when you said about people worried about can I use the Manticore? I think it's way easier than an Equinox. But it's because I hadn't used either, because I was straight from Vanquish and I was like, where am I going to go? And because I got free access to a Manticore, I'm not going to not use it. So I got on that, and then I tried to go back to the 900 after, and I found it harder. I'm like, because I haven't got the screen anymore. And I do agree. I think audio is the absolute diehard, the best thing to be following, isn't it? The tone. But if you haven't got that experience yet, the
best thing to do is cover your screen up if you want to practice. Just
you know
put something over your screen, and then train. I mean, I only use 2 tones, but
I've been using 2 tones recently on the Manticore. Actually, I should share it with you, Dave. It's similar to a Nox setup, and I've been using 2 tones on the Manticore for the last few weeks. I've been really enjoying it.
Especially the first time a couple of weeks ago, I actually went with another popular detectorist's settings, and I had the worst time of my life. I shouldn't have done it, and I went back to factory settings within a couple of hours. I don't think I found anything, and it was just I couldn't understand what was going on, which obviously is part of the process of learning in that area. Sort it yourself. Don't rely on other people. So the Manticore, it does blow me away, and I know it's a costly detector, but you're investing in something that has got the ability to do what nothing else can do.
If you put the time in with it, rather than buying one and think you're going to hit lucky every time you go out, you've just got to put time in with it, learn it, play with the settings. If something don't work, change it back.
Can I say on that? I think this is really important, Dave. That this is the message that we're trying to send out on any machine at the minute is don't listen to internet settings. Generally, there are people that will give you good advice, and there are people that will tell you maybe for the soil type in the geographical area you're in, they'll give you vague advice, which is good. But we find this on every single machine that can be customized. We find how common is it that we get someone that's come to us at a rally, because we spend when at big events like Detector One, Rodney Cook, we'll be on the test bed all day, talking to people all day, and we get machines brought to us, and someone will be like, "This isn't working," and it's like you've run in at 35, you've run in, Ferris is right here, someone's copied someone else, and even if that person's getting great results, they've set it up for their location, but maybe they're targeting something specifically. So the main thing we're trying to do now is spread the message that you've got to learn. No one wants to, because you want a shortcut and you want a magic bullet that's going to find everything in every location, but that's just not how it is. Like Ferrari could drive at 200 miles an hour, but it doesn't do that around the corners. That's the metaphor we use a lot. You open it out when you can open it out, and that's on every machine. That's going all the way down to now the Elite as well. It'd be the same thing. So our advice is, please take internet settings with a pinch of salt. That person probably knows exactly what they're doing, but they're just be careful, because we find even something as simple as sensitivity. Some people will be like, I have it on 35 every single location I go to, or the opposite. They might have it on 15 everywhere they go, and that's like seasoning your meal before you taste it. That's putting the salt on before you taste the chef's food. You like that metaphor, right?
He's good at it. I like that. I like him. Keep going with them, Scott. Write it down.
I totally agree. There's so many people who do. They're so desperate to find that gold stator, and they use chunky wonky's gold settings, and I just sometimes I very rarely tweak the settings on machines. The way I look at it, there's certain ground conditions where you need to, but the Elite I'll be running for at least a month with the standard settings, and I won't be running it in all metal mode for a while, just as if I bought it, just to see how it gets on. One thing, going back to sensitivity, flipping heck, I ran that full sensitivity last Sunday, all day, no problems at all. And I went under a power line. And I had to do a frequency shift thing a couple of times. But yeah, full sensitivity. Not many machines that all right, it was a bit erratic in sort of some stubbly areas, but yeah, I was quite impressed. Full sensitivity on it. But there's meant to be some updates soon, I understand.
Today,
yeah.
Not really for the Xterra Pro. For the Xterra Pro and the Equinox 700 and 900, there was an update released this morning.
And they'll be available via Minelab's website.
We've got a customer. Yeah.
We've got a customer in the shop. It'll be 1 second.
Bring them on the show.
All right. What's he got? Equinox.
I want to buy an Xterra Elite. Regarding stock,
he's bringing one in. There's obviously a problem.
Oh right.
Hiya, customer.
He's not in yet. He's just going through security check.
Being scanned. Going back to the Xterra Elite, if he did come in to buy one.
Detecting show. Do you watch it?
We're live on the internet.
Oh, ish, yeah.
You watch it? Do you want to say hello? Say hello. No. There's nothing free for him.
Now, one of the things, going back to the Xterra Elite, obviously it came out last week, and many machines in the past and potentially in the future we'll see them, hear them, and then we have to wait like 6 weeks or 8 weeks or sometimes longer. The Elite, Crawford, you've got enough stock.
Yeah, that's one thing Minelab wanted to be on top of. I think with the Manticore, the response was overwhelming, probably because it's a higher end machine as well. And we got into a short stock supply of that, and there was waiting lists, and nobody wants that. Minelab don't want it, we don't want it, you don't want it. So with the Elite, it was from day one, from ground zero, we'll have stock, and we had them pretty much on launch day, didn't we? It's quite hard with a global release to get them all everywhere, but we were. I think it was definitely the most successful launch I've seen. It was good.
It was the easiest.
Yeah.
It was.
Rather
than having people ringing up saying and waiting lists and that, we had them in stock and ready to go straight away. So it was a good thing.
You recently went over to foreign climates as well for a Minelab conference.
Yeah, that was EWA in Germany.
We go every year to that. So Minelab exhibit at the we'll try a bit of sauerkraut and a bit of beer while we're there. Rude not to, isn't it, now? But so we Minelab's exhibit at what's called the Outdoor Classics Show every year, and it's becoming bigger in the detecting world. It's more hunting, guns, camping, that type of thing. But obviously, we're on the fringe of that industry.
I've never seen so many guns.
Yeah, it's like
and knives and crossbow, everything outdoor related.
If you like guns and you don't mind traveling to Nuremberg, which is a pretty awesome city actually.
And Nuremberg and guns don't go very well in history.
Once when we was having a walk around, once I discovered bullet holes in buildings. That's all I could do, walk around looking for bullet holes.
we had a day out at the Congress Hall, the old Nazi Congress Hall, and there are bullet holes on the outside of it. You can literally feel and see the history, can't you? It's amazing. With our job with Minelab, we do get to travel on occasion. We got to go to a Detexpert event in France last year, didn't we? That was literally yesterday.
Last year,
because I got the notification from good old Facebook memories. But yeah, it's great. And Minelab, a global brand, there are Minelab events on all the time. There's one in Germany this week. So yeah, it's great stuff.
Brilliant. And of course, last year, Adrian, they won one of our big detecting show awards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kieran went up and collected it, didn't he? It's detectable.
You did indeed.
Yeah. So might win it again this year. You don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
It wasn't us. We can't
No,
take credit for that.
no,
Like,
who was it? Who
yeah,
was there?
but yeah.
Yeah, it won't be on Facebook this time, the voting, though, because it all got a bit political and it'll be
It all got a bit cheaty as well.
Yeah, not Thorford's cheated, but there were other areas where it all got a bit messy and people got fed up and we kept getting messages. So, but yeah, we'll be doing that again this year. But anyone who's interested in the Xterra Elite, phone you up, pop an email, go on the website, follow your YouTube channel.
Yes,
all there, isn't it?
Yeah, the more messages to keep him awake.
Yes,
and it's up 24/7.
At the end of a lot of that, it's me, a few of them of the team. So if you've got any questions, like if you want to know anything about the features, don't just wonder about it. Contact us. We've got links to Paul, Minelab, so we can answer anything you need to know about it. We normally get an answer even if we have to message the engineers that built it. So if you've got even an elaborate question, I'll do my best trying to find out the answer, and then I'll know what the answer is then as well for next time. But just on the updates, just before we quickly move on that, just to let you know a little bit about what the updates do. So the updates are, I'll let you.
You're just having it.
Customer
just come in to have
that's
the
what the
update.
customer's having. Which machine are you having updated at?
Equinox
700, right? So the updates on the 700 give the auto.
You get the rolling noise cancel, which has come down car. So if you press your cog button, go all the way across. No, the rolling noise cancel is the first one, isn't it? I'm thinking I'm just going straight to it. The first time you press your cog button, you get to the noise cancel. You do the manual one with the plus and minus buttons, or if you hold down the accept reject button, it'll do the rolling noise cancel and it'll keep going and keep going. So if you're in a particularly bad area for EMI or amongst a lot of detectorists, if you press the button down and do the rolling noise cancel, and it does a pretty good job at selecting the best channel rather than just pressing it once and doing a single noise cancel.
So that's good. That's going to improve the detecting experience for the 7 and the 900. And then also, I think a big thing that the Elite. Oh, hello there. There's an upgrade for you.
I think yours much, Adrian. Oh, hello. Goodbye.
He's going out.
Potty mouth.
Yeah. Sorry. So the Elite, one thing that has brought to front was the new ion bias settings. So because Minelab have developed a new ion bias setting in that, they've now rolled that into their other machines. So I'll let you talk about that.
So yeah, so instead of 0, 1, 2, you now get -1, which you may ask why -1 when 0.
Why -1, Paul?
Yeah, exactly. This is a question. It's all it is to show it's an absolute advanced feature. It's not -1 because it does something
negative
and stripes, but it's -1 to show it's an advanced feature. And what it does, if you're in a site where you think you've cleared everything out, it just releases everything and you will pick up everything. So it's a lot better target separation, but you will find everything metal.
But don't leave it in that setting all the time. It's not
for a beginner. You know, 3 on the iron bias when you go up, or 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2 is phenomenal on bottle tops and everything iron. You know, people say you lose depth. You won't lose any depth. But it works best not in all metals. So if you've got all metal notched out, you know, your normal 0 to 99, it works better like that. So you've not got all metal on. If you put all metal on it, it kind of defeats the object of what it's doing.
Cool. No, those updates be interesting.
Have a play with it because it is good, but not for the beginner. Not for the beginner. Keep it high for when you're starting out.
I also like the fact that you've actually got people coming to the shop for the update to be done for them, so you don't have to do it themselves.
Yeah,
nice bit of service there.
And we do that as well at events. So we'll be at Rodney Cook this year. We'll be at Detectable. We'll be at I can't even remember all the other events. There's a few more, but they're some of the big ones. So if you've got a machine that you want updating, we'll have a laptop there and we can just do it for you there. I mean, you might do it before then, but just in case for those that haven't.
Some people don't, they're not aware of it, are they?
Yeah.
We spoke to a woman today, she didn't know there was a Manticore update. So.
Yeah. Sorry, the dogs are running upstairs.
We're being invaded.
Yeah, there's a couple of dogs running upstairs. We've got some dogs that live well, not live here, but here, when they work here, and they're running around. Like, we're gonna have to sack them, for ruining the show.
Brilliant. Dave, you got any more questions?
No. Is there anything else that you would like to add about the X-Terrors, the Manticores, or any of the other products, or indeed Crawford's?
Not really, no. You guys know we're here. We'll help you out if you've got any questions. If you want to know about machines, we'll tell you honestly what will suit you. And yeah, the tech speaks for itself on these machines. So
we have got another Facebook group what we've kind of neglected for months, but it's Minelab in Depth, and nobody really likes going on it because but we're trying to reignite that and get that working again. So.
We've got some giveaways happening there. Actually, a really good giveaway happening next month, but some other giveaways in the meantime.
Really good.
Really, you don't even know actually how good it is, but I do.
Is it dinner with Paul?
Pardon?
Is it dinner with Paul?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's bubble bath with Paul. That's what he doesn't know yet. I'm going to go and buy the Radox after this.
Don't forget the talc.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there with the towel over my arm and a bottle of wine for the winner as well. It's all about service.
Colour and cost.
Why is it every interview we do goes weird at the end?
It does. It's you.
You started. You said Radox.
It's actually
No, but Paul made a good point. So Minelab in Depth UK. Check out that Facebook page. We're going to be doing some giveaways.
Hello.
And yeah, just visit there if you're interested in Minelab stuff.
And don't forget, of course, there's a series of videos that Paul's already produced. Helping out with hints and tips on the Manticore and such like.
We have got another series of that in production at the minute where we went out. We had Mark Laurie, Luke Van Ash, me. We went out. We've done another full series, but that's still in production at the minute. So
it won't be long.
It won't be long.
And that's addressed
long.
Yeah, he's thieving things.
Somebody's stealing. So that's kind of addressing a lot of the. It's basically what's called the Manticore Expert Series. And that will be like looking at best practice for your Manticore. So we've actually worked with Minelab on that series, and that won't be too long now.
Brilliant.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Well, Paul Scott, thank you for joining us. What is the Crawford's web address so people can go straight to there if needs be?
www.crawfordsmd.com.
There you go. Simple. So there you go. That's the end of this special. 40 minutes. And we've got loads achieved, I think, Adrian.
Yeah. So anyone who's got any questions, just put them in the chat, or you probably already have, and we'll try and answer them. So thank you very much. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you both. And we'll end with the video again, which I've moved and lost while I've been faffing about, and I have now found. Take care, mates.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Ian Dave will be back live any minute.
We're coming. Well, not coming, but coming. Adrian, don't you think it was weird watching yourself? So there you go. Our first pre-recorded segment. Thank you to Paul and Scott for joining us from Crawford's Metal Detecting. Weren't able to make it onto a live show, so we've done this as a what's this? Rodney Cook Memorial No Frills tickets available from 10 a.m. on Saturday, the 29th of June. Hope you're well, Gary Cook. Yes, so they weren't able to join us live, so we got a pre-recorded segment, and I video called Adrian because we needed to have a chat about something that we're doing, and we ended up, you could tell him what we ended up doing, Adrian, and it wasn't naked either, by the way. Yeah, you're on mute, mate.
Just doing guided tours of our houses because Dave lives like 700 miles away. And I showed him my front garden, the fields opposite my house, and we just minced about. But then we also went in the chat. So hopefully you didn't mind that pre-recorded bit. But thank you ever so much to Paul and Scott. Really top guys, really nice. And fingers crossed, whoever wins that competition for a dinner date with Paul and the
Radox
and Tout.
Yeah,
and Tout. And it's not Radox liquid. Scott has purchased Radox crystals, but we go back to the Xterra Elite. I've had it now for 2 or 3 weeks, Dave.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's not here. I'm really enjoying it. It's the Xterra Pro was a fantastic machine for the price, really good money. The Elite, I'm very confused with it at the moment because it's punching. It's like the Manticore. No, it's not. It's like the Equinox. When we first got the Equinox, it's punching well, pinpoints well. It's very fine tuned, and more importantly, we're going to get onto this. And if Rob Random's watching, the shaft is the same as the Vanquish, so the cam locks, everything is just lovely, well made. To me, it's like an old Minelab Safari. The machine will outlive you. And with all the software updates that Minelab are doing at the moment, which aren't available for the Xterra Elite because it's already got those features in it, yeah, I'm really cracking machine, and I've had some good little finds with it soon, which I'll be posting on Instagram and also Treasure Hunting Magazine. I've got a TikTok page now, Treasure Hunting Mag, so it's only early days, but we're going to be posting more and more metal detecting sort of not reviews but snippets, one should say, including a new machine I got today, which is a bit different, and it's
even the box will tell you it's a bit different, Adrian.
No, I had it the wrong way round. I think I'll hold it the other way round. So I've got this, which is the Golden Mask 7. Now,
those who don't Golden Mask 7.
Loads of people had golden masks years ago, and then suddenly all this multi-frequency came in. But that one's got wireless headphones. It's going to have good depth, and I'm going to have a play with that. But more importantly, and you'll hear about that soon, but more importantly, we've got the Garrett Vortex, which I knew it was going to be blue. We have spoken to someone who's field tested it.
We have. Several people actually now, Adrian.
Yes, and I'm quite excited about it for a few reasons. One, it's blue, and it's better than orange.
I know, that would be interesting to find why they've gone away from the yellow.
I think because it's totally different technology.
I get that,
hugely evolved.
I think every company more or less sticks with more or less the same colour, don't they? It's their brand to a degree.
You look at Minelab over the years, you know, the Vanquish red, the Safari sandy colour,
I suppose.
The Xterra an olivey green. They why not? You know, as long as the logo stays on it. But the Vortex, a few things. I've actually got. If anyone, people in the chat have obviously heard of the Vortex, but I have got a little PowerPoint slide where I did some screenshots. Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
Terry Reid, Diggers Den Tether, a good friend of the show. He's been testing a Vortex in the little Tezza, and he's had 2 gold coins and a load of stunning finds of it. Also, I believe that Marcus Regden actually had the first gold object actually found with the not Marcus, Nigel Regden had the first gold object found with the Vortex.
Yeah, and of course it depends on the permission you're on, but I think there's a few things that are interesting with the Vortex. Shall I just get my slide of PowerPoint?
Certainly. And thank you, Mercy Metal Detecting. I did not realise that. Only the Garrett Ace series are yellow.
Yeah.
What colour was the Apex?
It's an Ace Apex.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
Yeah. So let's just...
hello, Jeanette Davis out in Crete. Someone watching us from Crete. I like Crete.
Oh. So I love this screen, 100%, and I like the navigation. This isn't a video, but we'll see here.
We do have a video.
Yeah, we'll get onto that. So it's compact. Personally, I would have shown that picture with the coil flat because it makes it look more compact. It's a nice blue colour. There's different coils on this with a different connection. The VX5, VX7, VX9. Now, the thing that intrigues me, which is revolutionary to metal detecting, and I think will work well, you buy the VX5 and you can upgrade it to the VX9 via software. So,
but don't you have to pay for that upgrade?
Yeah, you've got to pay for it, and we'll get onto the pricing. However, I'm a little bit confused because from what Garrett said, the pricing basically in the States, you can do it online and upgrade the machine. But I think, and Regtons or someone will put me right on this or someone in the chat, for the UK and European market, you have to upgrade on the Garrett main American website, get a code, share that code with your local distributor, and he will then share the update, which I personally think is a bit clunky. So hopefully they'll have a better way of doing that. But the specs on the VX9 really, really good. And if we move on, these are the coils, the common sizes. Comes with the Raider as a standard coil. The Ripper, which looks quite interesting.
Hold on. Wrong one. Bear with me. Okay.
What's that?
Carry on. We were covering the pictures. Sorry.
And this price here. So the VX5. This doesn't quite make sense, but cut long story short, for the top of the range model, I think you're looking at about 550 quid, 600 quid, which is really good value for money, ridiculously good value for money for what the machine is. And these are the prices for
Derek
upgrading.
Gibbons said, other way around, Adrian, you pay the retailer for the code, go to the Garrett site, input the code to upgrade.
Thank you, Derek. Which is a bit clunky still, because I don't know. So you get the code off Garrett, and then you go to the retailer's website and upgrade it. So there's going to have to be a little bit of technology there on the retailer's website. Hopefully you don't have to do it over the phone. But unless I'm wrong, the VX5 to the VX9 software update is dearer than if you buy a VX5 instead of a VX9. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, based on the prices I saw. So I think it's cheaper to buy a VX9 rather than a VX5 and upgrade it. But all in all, well done, Garrett, because at the end of the day, there's so many machines. There's too many out there at the moment, which isn't a bad thing because everyone's fighting against each other. I hope to get one. Very much look forward to it. I got one of the first Apexes the same time as Digger Dawn, and there were a few issues with it early on with the coil. But Garrett, well-made machines and fantastic interface, really, really nice interface. So yeah, fingers crossed we get one and see
We've
how
got
it goes.
the promotional video explaining it. Should we play that?
Yeah. Well, yes, go on, dear.
Why not?
The Garrett Vortex includes a new straight shaft design. Fully extended, its length is nearly 57 inches. It collapses to 24 3/4 inches, and the search coil rotates for easy storage in your bag or pack. The Vortex is a series of 3 detectors, starting with the entry model, the VX5. The intermediate model is the VX7, and the upper-end Vortex is called VX9. These are 3 unique detectors, not just one detector offered at different price points with various coils and accessories. The Vortex detectors are fully waterproof, submersible to 16 feet. They are the perfect shallow water detectors, made for hunting in streams and lakes, and even along the beach or in the surf using the multi-salt mode. The Vortex is rechargeable via this USB-C port, offering approximately 15 hours of use per full charge. All controls and settings on the Vortex are very intuitive and easily controlled with one finger. There are several direct drive controls, ground balance, pinpoint, and mode selection. Other settings you desire to change are accessed through a quick press menu button. Press the menu button, and then scroll up or down through the settings using either the menu button or pinpoint button. Select the icon of the setting you wish to change, then tap either the plus or minus buttons to adjust that setting. As you move up from VX5 to VX9, the number of search mode choices will increase. Several will be familiar to Garrett users, such as Zero Discrimination, US Coins mode, and the ability to create your own custom mode. Each Vortex also includes standard mode. In standard, the default frequency is multi. Reaction speed is set to the default speed, and iron discrimination is set to 30, eliminating many non-desired ferrous items from audible detection. Standard mode is perfect for finding most international coins, and for finding all types of jewelry and non-ferrous relics. The VX9 model includes 2 other new search modes. In fast mode, your reaction speed has been increased. Fast mode is designed for use in trashy areas, such as old home sites, where abundant metallic trash might mask adjacent coins. Fast mode is also ideal for competition hunts, where you often move quickly while searching for prize tokens. By default, fast mode operates with iron volume reduced, but not eliminated, as some prize tokens in competition hunts are made of composite metals with ferrous content. The VX9 model also includes a thin coins mode. In thin coins mode, the audio response has been suppressed but not eliminated for common ferrous targets and for highly conductive targets. The response is enhanced to more sharply report on only targets falling within a select target ID range, such as thin hammered silver coins, Roman coins, and small gold coins.
Wow.
In thin coins mode, the reaction speed is increased, as these fine coins are often found in areas scattered among metallic trash.
Adrian, we haven't actually done anything tonight, have we?
No, I did a lot of research on the Vortex. I've read up on it and looked at things. And apologies for the American coin mode. But it is American metal detector, and hats off to America for producing it in America. I like the fast mode. And
I don't like the fact that that man was running and swinging like he was.
Well, you know who that is?
Fucking
you know who that is?
No.
You know who that is?
No.
Who's been on the show?
Lots of people have been on the show.
KG and Ringy were field testing. Yeah, so
running along,
this in
America, coil halfway off the ground.
That was a token hunt. That was a token hunt where they're
going to have to get Terry Reid to teach him how to metal detect properly. Too fast, too high off the ground.
So if you're going on a dig this year at a rally and there's a token hunt, get the Vortex, because they seem to have programmed it for that. But yeah, it's looking promising, and I think it is based on the specs and the technology, it's good value for money. How it will compare? What's it competing against? Is it competing against the Xterra Elite, the Score, the Legend? I'm trying to think of other machines. I can't think at the moment, but there are other machines. Yeah, Rutus Versa. Yeah, that'll be a good one because it's cheaper than the Rutus Versa. But I'd say the Rutus Versa's got a little bit more specs.
Yeah, but
that.
you've got Rutus bias.
No. I tell you what, Rutus actually are bringing out a new software update soon, and they're also bringing out a new core, and they're also bringing out waterproof headphones. So if you want to detect in the sea with your Rutus underwater, you can. Seems everyone's pushing the underwater thing, which sadly in the UK not many of us do due to the temperature. So for me, I've been more interested in a beer can rest in the field or something similar. But so Rutus Versa, I don't know, could be, we'll see. I hope to get my hands on one and see how it goes. But anyway, we'll just see how things go. But Garrett have been around for a long time, and I can't recall the last time they brought out a machine that didn't work. So,
do you know what? I'd like to speak to somebody from Garrett. Somebody like from the actual American factory.
Henry.
We've got Dilek, who we speak to all the time from, obviously.
We've got KG
Nocta. No. KG. I mean, we've got Dilek from Nocta. We've interviewed Derek. Both you've interviewed Derek, and Luke interviewed Derek from Rutus. We spoke to Kieran Duffy. We spoke to his predecessor, who my mind's gone blank, from Minelab, and Michelle from Minelab. I'd like to speak to somebody. I don't mean a face, a YouTuber, an influencer, but somebody from actually Garrett themselves, because I think we'd learn a hell of a lot from them.
Yeah. I think they've been working on this for a long, long time. I personally think a long, long time. So I think it's shipping in the next 2 weeks. So, and I know Digger Dawn in Italy next week is, I think, trying one out. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, shall we do Adrian's Wall?
We will. And due to us obviously not knowing how long tonight's segments we're going to run, tonight won't be a prize night because we've not organised it with Composite Cleaning Pencil or with Dig or Wear. So tonight will just be for fun. I repeat, it will just be for fun. And that will be... Still can't get my head around that being my million alarm call in the morning.
I've got something funnier to tell you. I was out detecting, not last weekend, the weekend before. I heard that sound in the field. It's like, what the hell's going on? And I look round, it's blinking James, my metal detecting mate's ringtone, which is available on the Big Detecting Show, bigdetectingshow.com website. So people are downloading it. Last time I looked, it was 319 people that downloaded it. But yeah, if you want to...
Derek Gibbon, you don't have to win a smooch with me. You can get one anytime.
Oh, dear. Right, tonight's show is historically...
Hold on a minute. That's better. Sorry, I've changed the settings before when we put the video on, and I'm just trying to get it back to normal.
So, when we're organised, last week we had a composite cleaning pencil kit kindly sent
2 weeks
to the winner a few weeks ago by Graham Dempsey. This week should have been Dig Our Wear, but it's all a bit short, so we have to give notice. But each week you can win a composite cleaning pencil set, kit, or whatever, or a Dig Our Wear Big Detecting Show T-shirt, which are rare as hell. So, and if you get one of those and win it and come up to us at an event, me and Dave will give you a big hug or a kiss on the lips if you're a lady.
Derek.
Yeah. Right. So tonight's Adrian's
It's not a Roman padlock. Somebody's just already said that. And Mia started us off with number 21. Dave Moore said he received his pencil from last time.
Thank you, Dave.
Let us know, Dave, and thanks very much to Graham Dempsey, obviously. I think tonight's one, Adrian, I think it should go quite easy.
I don't know.
It's not a pencil topper. Number 11. It's not a naked man. Well, it might be. I don't know. It's not a brooch. It's not a phallus. Number 13. It's not an axe head. Number 12. It's not a GMB pen. I have lots of those. Number 11. It's not a strap end. It's Nick Berry's got it.
Oh, shut up.
I told you it'd be an easy one.
I'm sure he's got something on my computer.
And
he's got some.
Dean McAvady. No, he's getting a new name. Dean Max your daddy. He also got it not long after. And Philip Will said, is it a soldier? Is it a soldier?
Yeah. It's actually a pipe tamper of a soldier or knight modelled in 3 dimensions. Yeah. With crested helmet, breastplate, pauldrons, and tassets. The right arm is outstretched, the left posed by the hip, the feet are missing. 18th century, it says probably an 18th century pipe tamper, but I think it is.
You said helmet.
Helmet and breast.
And also, the hand looks like a phallus. Right? And I also have to say something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does it say what area of the UK that was found on there? Surrey.
I think it's Kent.
It's the SUR, Surrey at the top, the unique ID. Look at the discovery date at the bottom and tell me that's not bloody quick for the PAS to do that.
Yeah, it's recent one. Yeah, really, really recent.
Good Lord.
Yeah, actually, there's more recent ones, but yeah, that's 11th of February. So it depends on your flow. So thank you, Portable Antiquities Scheme, PAS. So if you're into metal detecting, I highly recommend you go to the Portable Antiquities Scheme, register, sign up, and look at what you can win. I was going to say, but yeah, what you can win.
Well done, Nick Berry. Straight in there. I told you it'd go quick, that one.
Yeah, but Nick, there's no prizes this week. So maybe when he does his jumble sales stall this year, which was highly successful last year at Rodney Good.
We'll put a big detecting show T-shirt on there.
Yeah. Yes. He'll pay someone £5 to take it. But yes, but well done, Nick. Top man. I hope you're well. Look forward to meeting you again and teaching me some more magic tricks with the cocktail stick because I've already forgotten.
and telling us about your time on Heartbeat and EastEnders. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I've got black pit there. Oh, God. Good. Yes.
So, yeah, it's been a bit. Are you going out this weekend?
I'm actually going out tomorrow, I think, because we've had a lot of wet weather and the ground was dry but damp. But it's been hot today down south, like 23. So I'm going to take the Xterra Elite out tomorrow on a different permission and see how it performs in the hot weather. But yeah, I'm going to a rave Ibiza festival thing tomorrow night.
Yeah, you love that though. You always make me put it on my bloody Bluetooth speaker, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like that.
But I'm not touching that new machine, the Golden Mask yet. I haven't even unboxed it yet. But yeah, I'll get the Xterra Elite out of the way, see how I get on with that. But I am enjoying that very much at the moment.
Well, me and the boy are going out on Saturday to my new permission. 180 acres with a medieval housey thing on it. You've seen it, Adrian.
So yes. I'm interested.
First opportunities we've had to go there. I was going to go Sunday, and then go straight to a meeting I've got in Uttoxeter, but Mrs. Sadler needs the boy for something on Sunday, so we're going to go out on Saturday instead, and I'm going to go to the meeting on my own in Uttoxeter. I did have something I was going to say to you then. I've just read something, it reminded me. Oh, that was it. For those of you who have had any delightful finds, we are currently we are currently asking for submissions for this year's Detectable and Rodney Cook Memorial Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine. So if you've got a find, if you've got an article, obviously please send it over with images, high resolution as you can. Obviously you'll get all your information and whatever you're on there. But we're asking for submissions so we can start compiling that. If you've got something that you've discovered which is related to Detectable, obviously we'll put that the Detectable issue. And if you've got something for the Rodney Cook Memorial that you've discovered in the past, again, we'd love to be able to have that so we can actually put it in the Rodney Cook Memorial. So when people get the free magazine at the event, they'll be able to read it and say, oh, look at what they found last time, or, you know, something else that you get. Because basically at these events, we publish them. The advertising pays for them to be given out for free at the events. Gary loves the Rodney Cook magazine, fair play, and so do the Rodney Cook team. Pete and the team at LP also love the Detectable issues. They've both supported us for many years and obviously allow us to do that for them. It's what we do for them events, so you're getting that a little bit more. Again, we don't make any money out of it. Anything that is raised by advertising pays for the printing costs. And that's how we're able to give it away for free. So please consider sending anything that you might have to editor at ArcMDMag or Dave at BigDetectingShow.com, please. I very much appreciate it. And me and Adrian are going to start compiling stuff to go in the magazine. And this week as well, I'll be sending out the details to any of the advertisers. So if you are a company who is considering advertising with us, we've got obviously the full details, prices and what have you for advertising. I'll be sending that out this week. If you want to be included in that, again, give me a shout and I'll send that over to you as well. Of which we are actually, we've been discussing, might have been before the show, might have been while we were giving each other house tours. We've discussed about actually putting a brand new page in that we've never done before. And we don't think that has been done anywhere else before. We don't think. And
don't tell them.
Not telling them. So it's a brand new page that you can it's only going to work for you if you actually have a copy of the magazine. And due to the print runs, there's only so many available, so you have to turn up with the events, which is why you should go onto Lockdown Competition to win your tickets to the Rodney Cook Memorial so you can have access to the free magazine so you can see what that's about. See what I've done there?
Yes, and if you are an advertiser, it's a no-brainer because everyone sits in their tent with no Wi-Fi and poor 3G, 2G, 1G, no 5G. So all they do is sit and read the magazine. And when they're finished with it, they use it to go to the toilet. I won't say any more. But
no, not this year. This year's going to be a bit more silky.
Silky, so you won't be able, it's not a rough material. So
we used a different type of paper this year, aren't we?
Yes. But the 29th...
Some of Rob Random's old papers, aren't we, this year, that he doesn't use anymore?
Riesler's. The 29th of June, just a reminder, Rodney Cook, No Frills. So if you didn't get a ticket for Rodney Cook this year, the main event, don't worry, because the No Frills is just as good, if not better for some. You haven't got all the big marquee comedians and all that But if you want to go metal detecting, have a few beers, a burger and chips, and go on really good land, the No Frills event is the one. So if you want to know more about that, subscribe to rodneycookmemorial.co.uk website. On there you can sign up and just put your email address and your name, and you'll get an email when the tickets go live, or go on Rodney Cook Memorial Facebook page and it'll be posted 29th of June. And
do you know what I'm doing as we speak, Adrian?
Have you got trousers on?
Got trousers on. I'm actually taking part in the draw on lockdown competitions.
I might do that actually, and then if I win it, I'll give it away to someone nice in the show. Yeah. Even though Rob Brandon, oh dear, I can't say that. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Rob. I'm looking forward with my son in the teapot. Yes, I will, Rob. Dave has sent me the message.
I've actually just resent him the message. I think I've resent him in.
So I'll be in touch, Rob. But lovely seeing you all tonight, and have a good detect this weekend, wherever you are. And hopefully you have some good finds. Feel free to share them with Treasure Hunting Magazine, of course, or ArkMD Mag, whatever.
No. First and foremost, obviously, Treasure Hunting Magazine comes first, but if you would like them in ArkMD Mag, we'd love to have them.
There's something new in next month's Treasure Hunting Magazine Reader Finds. So if you're subscribed
to the finds magazine, or wives?
The same thing. Both as exciting. Reader Finds, very popular section of Treasure Hunting Magazine where you submit your find and it gets printed and you can show your friends and family. There's something exciting, a little bit more interactive next month. So anyone who has the magazine and gets next month, which is going to be on your doorstep in the next week or so, there's something a bit more better to submit your finds. So if not, subscribe or buy a copy.
There you go. I can't see it.
Is that Reader's one?
Got my tickets.
Oh.
Got my tickets.
I think I have bought some, actually. Anyway, thank you all for tonight.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Thanks to Crawford's for doing that show the other day, the recording the other day. On next week's show, we are joined by Marcus and young Sebastian Regton. Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So the Regton's chaps next week. So have a lucky weekend, everybody, and we'll see you all next week, same time, same price. Where's the outro? Tatty bye.